Hello, it's Gabby here for you. Before we jump onto this week's podcast, I just want to let you know about 2 ways that you can work with me. First of all, I do one-to-one coaching and I do that via Zoom, so we can jump on a Zoom call at a time to suit you. The second thing I've got for you is an online coaching course that's 12 modules that you can download straight away now. There will be a link somewhere around these podcast notes. And this is the course that I've designed, and it's got everything in it that I wish I'd have known when I finished cancer treatment and I was lost. So you can download that course now and you can start working towards making this your happiest and healthiest year ever. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello there, it's Gabby here from Confidence After Cancer, and I hope this finds you well. In this week's episode, I'm going to be talking again about my favourite subject at the moment, which is self-care and what can we do to nurture and care for ourselves. As we are now into February, the weather where I am in Manchester is getting a little bit brighter. We've got some more blue skies going on. And I feel like a lot of people that I know, the mood is lifting when they get more hours in daylight. But there's still a lot of people are struggling with a lot of stuff. And what's been coming up this week? I'm going to talk to you about a new thing that I've tried today, which is Cacao. And it's like a chocolate drink, but I think there's a lot more to it than that. And how can that help you in your self-care journey? So many people that I've been speaking to are really struggling at the minute with relationships, and whether that's family or work relationships or the relationship with other people around them. So many people are struggling at the minute. And what I'd really advise you to do, if you've listened to me before, there's no judgment here. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I'd suggest to you to think about the fact that if somebody says something to you that pushes your buttons, or somebody sends you a message that you don't like, or you hear something that you don't like, how about not reacting straight away? How about just taking a breath and think about how you want to react? Because quite often, things are said or done in the heat of the moment, you might regret later. So first thing I'd say is take a breath and think about how you want to react. And the second thing that I've come to learn, in my 60 years of age, is you cannot change other people. You can only change yourself. And so I'm starting now more and more to take responsibility for myself. And that's why I'm so into this self-care journey that I'm on. And it is a journey. I don't know everything. I'm going to share with you on my podcast things that I'm learning. Things that, I sometimes take for granted. I talked last week about skincare and nurturing yourself. And that's something I've been doing for years, but maybe not very mindfully. So the more mindfulness I bring into those little rituals and those little habits in my day-to-day life, you know what, the better I'm feeling about myself, and the better I feel in control of my emotions, the better I feel in control of what's going on around me. So I can't change what's going on around me. I can't change other people. What I can change is how I react. And I'm loving this journey that I'm on. So I'd ask you to think about taking responsibility for yourself and how you react to other people. And that's easier when you know that you are sure of yourself. And that's not being cocky, it's not being, arrogant. It's being very grounded in yourself of what's important to you, knowing your values. And I like to reflect every now and again on what are my values, what is important to you. And this is a very individual thing. And it might be for you that, honesty, people say, oh yeah, I'm very honest. But is it integrity? Because if those are your, values that you hold very highly, you're not going to react very well, or you're going to struggle to react with other people who are not honest, people who don't act with integrity. But we've all got choices. We can choose the people that we can be around. So think about what's important to you. Is it connection, or is it love? And for me, love is a big one. And that's something that I'm still on a journey with. I'm very blessed. I've got people around me who I love and who love me. But what I'm learning more and more is it starts with me. And that's why I'm really on this self-love journey about loving myself. And for years, I struggled with that. I didn't think I was worthy. It's taken me a long time to realize that I am. And I'm speaking to you now, if you're listening to this podcast, because you are worthy and you know it deep down in your heart. You might have made mistakes. You know what? You're human. We've all made mistakes. But that's part of the human experience. The thing is, maybe not to keep on making the same mistakes. Maybe Reflect back on what you've learnt from the mistakes that you've made. Don't beat yourself up. You cannot change the past. Sounds so obvious when I say it like that. We all know we can't change the past. But how often do you have those little thoughts going round and round in your head? Or she made me do that, or I shouldn't have done that, or I wish I hadn't have done that. Well, you can't change the past, my love. What you can do is take stock. Think about what it was that made you react in that way. That sometimes try and be a little bit detached and curious about the way that you react. So I'm doing a lot of reflecting on that this week. But what I've also learned is if you're in the UK, you might have seen the programme Dragon's Den. And I saw a really interesting episode quite recently. And there was a guy called Liam, and my son's called Liam. So my ears pricked up when I saw him. And he's from Manchester, where I'm from as well. And Liam told a really interesting story about how I'm going to get his book actually, because he was at one point on drugs. He was, is quite open about that. He's written a book called Dealer to Healer, because he is now a healer. And his big thing is one of the things that has helped him in his journey is the power of cacao. And I'm really interested in this. I'd never tried it before today. So I went on Liam's website and I've ordered my cacao. And because of Dragon's Den, the success of that, I got an email back saying, oh, bear with us, because we usually get 20 orders a day. And now we've got a backlog of 10,000 orders. But a week later, I got my little packet of cacao. And so today I've tried it, and I'll tell you what it says on the packet. And this was really interesting to me. The cacao that I've tried, the full power cacao, is ethically sourced in Venezuela, divinely blessed in Manchester. I love that. Divinely blessed in Manchester, which is what I'd like to think that I am, with the highest vibrational energy. Cacao is a plant medicine and classed as a superfood for its nutritional content. It can be used for ceremonial purposes or as an empowering and heart-opening full power hot drink. And I'm really interested in that. I'd like my heart to be open more than it is at the minute. I'm all up for that as part of my journey. And so it's got some instructions here of how to prepare it. So I had it like a hot chocolate drink, which was so nurturing on a cold and wintry day that we've got today. And then it says, take a moment to smell the aroma and hold your cacao close to your heart and connect with the love that exists inside of you. Feel the love vibration spread throughout your body as you enjoy this heart-opening medicine. Let Lady Cacao open your heart and allow the greatest version of yourself to emerge. Full power. Wow. Well, so I've had my first cup of cacao today and I really enjoyed it. It was very pleasant, and I sat and I was very mindful that it was made with love, and I made some for my husband as well. And I told him, he thinks I'm a bit crazy sometimes, but I told him it was made with love and to sit and enjoy it. And we did. And we sat and we were very mindful of the fact that we were having a new experience. And it did feel really, really nurturing. And it is something that I'm going to be enjoying more and more. And I've posted about this on my social media, and somebody has told me that they're going to one of Liam's cacao ceremonies. I'm not quite sure what that involves. But for me, just that simple act of the nurturing of making a drink for myself and my husband, it was such, again, an act of self-care and an act of self-love. And I know one of my friends, Nikki, recently did a meditation online, and that was all about an afternoon tea ceremony. And she made a cup of tea, and it was all about just sitting with the tea, being mindful, being still, taking some time out for yourself. And how often do we just rush about? And I know myself, I've eaten food in the past, and because I've been, in a rush and I've been hurried, I don't even really remember eating it. And I'm conscious now that when I make food to sit at the table, and when I'm eating, I'm not looking at my phone, or I'm not watching TV, or I'm not doing anything. Being mindful about what I'm eating, nutrition that I'm putting into my body, being really mindful with that. So, there is part of that as well that says whatever you do, whether you like cacao, whatever you want, if you're putting nourishment into your body, if you're doing something for you, do it. Be mindful of it. Take that time out for yourself. And so I will update you on my journey with cacao, and I'll let you know, because it's something that I'm going to be doing every day now. It's a lovely, nurturing thing to do. But I'd ask you, whether you're into cacao or you're into whatever you're into, just take some time out, just 5 minutes every day for something. It can be just sitting and looking at a candle. It can be just breathing It can be just doing a little bit of mindfulness. It can be doing a little bit of stretching your body if that's what your body needs. But just taking that 5 minutes. You're never too busy just to spend 5 minutes nurturing yourself, because you deserve it. We all make mistakes. We've all had things in our past that maybe we regret, but let's show ourselves some compassion. Let's move forward. And I'd love to hear from you if this strikes a chord with you. Let me know how you are showing self-love to yourself. Let me know what a week you're having, and I will share my week with you if you follow me on socials or if you're listening to my podcast. Love to hear from you. Please get in touch. Sending you so much love from my heart to your heart. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay sane. Take care, my love. Bye-bye.